Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a colorful French tip acrylic set, extra long. Yes, these are going to be very long, and I'm not going to do the traditional French tip as you might say. I will explain that in a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and keep on watching. So these are all of the products that I'm going to be using. For the acrylic, I'm only using one acrylic color. The rest is going to be done with gel. And the acrylic that I'm using is from Bumblebee called Aleli. And then I'm going to be using those 4 colors from Modelones gel collection. It actually came in a collection that I bought off of their website. And they're very pretty. I actually have not used them because, as you know, the services I provide are acrylic only, so I don't really use gel. Anyway, I'm also using those 4 same colored Swarovski crystals. They're beautiful. They're like electric blue, electric purple, electric pink, and electric green. And I'm going to be applying those as well. The brush that I'm using today is from Amazon, and it's a number 10, and it's perfect for doing the 3 bead method, which I am going to be doing throughout this entire set. I use 3 beads for each nail, and that is all you need. The size 10 does get a lot more powder, and it also gets a lot more monomer, so you just be careful with that because the brush can absorb a lot of acrylic, and if you don't want that, then I recommend a smaller brush. It's just something to get used to. I also left in me cutting the tips and also me filing it off with the 8080 file grit, and me going over the entire nail, buffing it out with a fine sanding band and my Valentino Beauty Pure e-file, which I always use, but I seem to leave it out all the time on videos just cause. So once I dip my brush into the monomer, a lot of people have been asking me on my Instagram why your beads seem to be dry or not consistent. And what I do is I bounce my brush into the acrylic for a few seconds. I don't drag the brush because then it leaves inconsistencies throughout the brush and with the acrylic. So some parts are gonna be dry and some parts are gonna be wet, so you don't want that. So I do like a very light bouncing motion with the brush, and since it's pretty wet, it will get all of the acrylic that I need. And depending on the bead size that I need, I will bounce it like 2, 3, maybe 4 times. The first bead that I place is towards the bottom, and then I drag it down, and then I place it a little bit above the previous bead, and the third bead is in the cuticle area. I had never used any Bumblebee acrylics, but when I went to LA a few months ago, I bought a few of them. I think like 6 different acrylics from their collection, and they're honestly so pretty. They're pretty inexpensive. The containers are very big, and the colors are just gorgeous. This one is, you can't see it until the very end when I apply the top coat, but it does have a little bit of glitter spread throughout, and it's honestly so pretty. This one's Aleli, and I have used another one in another video, but it's more of a pink tone. This one is nude, and it's like on the darker side of the nude, and I think it's perfect. Make sure that when applying acrylic, if it's more on the runny side, it is going to run off the sides, but all you have to do is that with the brush, just run it through the sides over and over until you feel happy with the shape and it's not runny anymore. Because if you're to keep it and it runs off the sides, you're going to lose the shape that you have under your nail tip, and it's just going to create a lot more work and a lot more filing for you at the end. So you obviously want to make your job a lot easier. As far as these tips, I get them off of Amazon, and I love using these when I do other people's nails as well as for my practice hand. And for my tips, I have so many different size tips, so many different shapes. I have stiletto and like tapered square and square. and extra long ones. So I don't necessarily have like a favorite or ones that I use the most. It just depends on the shape that I'm doing that day or what I want to work with. What I also do sometimes is double tip. So if you don't have those extra long ones, you don't have to have them, you don't have to buy them. If you have regular tips and you want to do extra long nails, all you have to do is double tip them. And I do have a video previously that I've done with double tipping, and the end result looks the same. You just got to work with what you have or with what you want to work with, and at the end of the day, they're going to look the same. Now I am moving on to doing the gel part. I did speed some of it up because I did take a long time. Like I said, I'm not used to doing gel. I usually do all acrylic, but I did speed it up a little bit. So here I am with my Amazon nail art palette, which makes it super easy for me to just put the gels on there and grab it with my nail brush, which I got from Young Nails. And I really like this one because it's small and really thin, and that's what I like using because, like I said, I'm not very experienced with the whole gel thing. So it did take me quite a bit to do, but then I got the hang of it. What I did is I created a really thick, almost square, like long shape on the side of the nail because I also wanted to be seen from the sides. And then I make it a little more thick because I also want it to be seen from the top. When I get to the bottom of the nail, I curve it to make that French tip shape. And I know that this isn't your regular French tip. The French tip would start from like, I would basically have to color almost all of this long nail, but I wanted to make it a little different. I have done French tip nails before on the Kylie Jenner inspired nails that I did a few months ago. I will also leave it in the description box, but I wanted to make these look really long. So that's the way I did it, and I really loved how they came out. In between each finger, I do put it under the light and I cure it for a minute, and then at the very end I cure it all together for a minute. So now that it's cured, I go in with my Zulay Bling adhesive and I apply it to the cuticle area of the nail. Just a little dot is all you need because this thing is so strong. I absolutely love it. And then I use my wax pencil that came with my April Nailboxy, which I did a video for it also. It's the video right before this one, so go check that out. And I just apply the Swarovski electric colored crystals, and I mean, love how simple they look, yet very, very cute. And it's pastel colors, which are so pretty too. When I finished this part, I was debating whether to do the matte or shiny with the top coat. And by, I don't know, the time I was thinking about it, choosing, I completely forgot to record the top coat. So just know I use the non-wipe gel top coat that I showed in the beginning by NCLA. This is the final result. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys would like to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.